What would I say to new talent? I would say go for it. I'd say if you really want to be an actor, I would move to Los Angeles, or I'd move to, if you want to be in film and TV, I would say move to New York. If you want to be a stage actor, I would say that you almost have to be an actor. You don't just want to be an actor, you have to be an actor, because you're going to go through a lot of rejection. You're going to go through a lot of pain. So you really have to have a screw loose to really want to do this. But when you do it, it's the best job there is. So I would say go for it. I would say study film, watch other actors, see who inspires you. I would say take classes and do any work you can possibly do, whether it's student films, whether it's making your own little films, whether it's getting your parents to shoot you with a home movie camera, whatever you can do to just experience how it feels to be in front of a camera.
In the last 10 years, you have directed award-winning films. Is that something more actors are doing now? And do you think that's a good thing?
I feel very lucky, because I started by doing a 10-minute short film that literally took me around the world, and it opened up so many doors for me. As an actor, most of our career, as Michael Caine once said, is waiting. We wait for someone to call us, to give us an opportunity, to give us a job. So to take the reins to do our own films is a great experience. And I made a short film that I went to film festivals literally all over Europe and Asia, in the United States. It made the final 10 for the Academy Award. I was able to sell it to HBO. But on top of that, it was just something for me that kind of was liberating, because I was able to just do my own project, and I was very humbled by the people that helped me make my film. I'd met a lot of people in production over the years as an actor, and I would ask them, like my sound mixer was a 2-time Academy Award winning sound guy that I'd met on In the Line of Fire and other movies, and everybody, I was able to get a free stage at Sony Studios. I had met a guy at Panavision who gave me a free 35mm camera for the 2 days that we shot. It was just a great experience, and I think more and more actors are doing that. I mean, I think the heroes that I have are the Clint Eastwoods and the Woody Allens, two very different filmmakers, but nonetheless extremely obviously successful. But for me, I think a lot of people used to think that actors couldn't be directors or couldn't be producers, and now I think it's a much different climate. And I think many actors, from Ben Stiller to Adam Sandler, who, in the comedy world, but all these actors have made great films that they've acted in and also either directed or produced. So for me, it's been a ball. And I just directed a feature in Germany that I acted in. It's very self-indulgent. Sometimes you feel a little vain, but I love doing it. I love the whole process, and I hope that I don't make too many vain mistakes about casting myself in something that I shouldn't be cast in, but just to have fun with it. And yeah, exactly. Just to make my own movies. I want to keep doing that. Acting is still my first love, but I really want to keep making films as well.
What are your favorite film experiences?
Wow, it's always a tough one. I mean, I've been so fortunate to work with my heroes. I got to work with Steven Spielberg on Catch Me If You Can, and I actually got to meet the real guy who that film was based on, who's Frank Abagnale. I'm originally from Oklahoma, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a little distance from Albania, I'm pretty sure. But I grew up there, and the real guy that Leonardo DiCaprio played is from Tulsa, and I got to hang out with him. And just working with Steven Spielberg was quite an experience. And I had one experience that was wonderful. I was on the makeup trailer, and I was sitting next to Tom Hanks, and it was the day after the Academy Awards, and the makeup artist had not seen the awards the night before, and Steven Spielberg came on to the trailer. And so it was just Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, and myself watching the Academy Awards. And just to hear these guys talking about the people, and of course I'm trying to make them laugh. I'm trying to think of anything I can say to, make these guys laugh. And it was just a cool experience. And I remember Tom Hanks, he was watching Tom Cruise, and I don't know if you remember Tom Cruise, at one time got braces. And Tom Hanks said, "Man, what a good move for that guy. Now he can start meeting people and getting work, and really, it should really help change his life." But that was just a great experience. And the other one that I think comes to mind is two movies I want to mention. One was In Line of Fire, which still has been a great boost for my career. I worked with John Malkovich, who was nominated for an Academy Award for that film, and I got to work with Clint Eastwood. And we were at that time, and I don't think it's changed, but at that time we were the closest film to shoot to the White House. When Clint Eastwood comes to town, these people roll the carpet out. And we got a private tour of the White House, and it was just a great experience. But that film has still, for me, been one where I'm flattered that people walk up to me and remember that character and the scene that I did with Malkovich. And the other one I wanted to mention was Ocean's 11. Just because Ocean's 11, there were all these actors, both new actors. I mean, everybody was excited. This is George Clooney, it's Brad Pitt, but also I got to work with guys like Carl Reiner, who are, I can't say enough about Carl Reiner. He's probably really one of the pioneers of television and movies. I mean, he's a brilliant comic guy. And then Steven Soderbergh, just to work with that guy is just the coolest. Yeah, so I'd say those. I do want, actually, can I tell a story? Only because I think this is an encouraging story for people who want to work in this business. You have to choose often where that line is of being too ambitious and taking a chance.